crazy, crazy, crazy world, crazy world of mine. Times are changing, things are getting harder. Got to come together and think a little smarter. And it's crazy, crazy world of mine.
Yo, what's up? Hey, peace, welcome. Welcome to the show, Up for Discussion with Swarthy Communique. I am on the line tonight, Swarthy Communique, and we are having an Up for Discussion. Hey, I've been away for a while now, kind of doing my own thing, studying, and I wanted to start my own business, so I got into producing some products. Um, to put in a store I wanted to put together, trying to come up with my own products. So I kind of been busy studying, and just I recently moved, away from my place, especially after that violence happened with my son, with his uh, other young man came and shot at my son, for whatever, over a female. I was like, that's some fuckery right there. But anyway, um, we basically moved, and I was just, settling into my place, and just, just doing me, learning new things as always. But anyway, I want to talk about what's going on in the world at this current moment, and where I'm at with studying, in my books. I read books every day, but like I said, I have a vast amount of things that I do. So, little at a time, I get knowledge here, I learn something new. I kind of keep it funky, especially since we've been quarantined since this COVID-19 has taken the world over and locked everybody down. But it's so funny how now we got an even bigger problem. You get what I'm saying? This crazy. Okay, I'm gonna put it in this order, because I know I'll be on Facebook and social media sites and stuff talking, and people probably be looking at me like I'm crazy or something, like I'm some, you know, nutshell, but they don't understand my mindset and where I'm coming from. I have a, what I'm saying, I look at things differently. I don't view things like everybody views things in the world. Never had, and I think I never will. But anyway, um. I was looking, okay, they shut us down, we was locked down, food was running out, we went through that little crisis. Okay, now it's funny because as soon as we coming up out of this crisis and everything is starting to open back up again and everything is starting to run okay again, this murder happens with George Floyd. And I know everybody know about this Black Lives Matter movement, the riots, Antifa, all of that. It's stuff that's also been going on out here in AZ. You know what I'm saying? A young man named Deion Johnson was murdered by the cops out here. Okay, and the people set to the street to protest. And it's a lot of things going on, and the climate is very, it's a lot of tension in the air right now. Like I said, and me, a lot of people be like, "Oh, you know, you scared. You a coon. You shook." No, 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 honey. Only people that scared is people that don't know. When you have knowledge, you don't fear nothing. Okay? Because when you find out the truth of what's happening in this world, in this society, you don't fear nothing. Okay? So me, I don't fear anything like that. Okay? If anything, I'll be on there yelling it out, putting it out there, because I want people to know it is what it is. The truth will set you free, like the Most High say in John, what, 8:32. I think that's the scripture. You know, but that them scriptures is allegories. You know what I'm saying? It's from a time when the Messiah came, in different times. All this, they just don't tell you these things. They don't tell you that it's all connected. All the books are connected. Everybody fighting over color and all these fictitious things. Division. Division. Got everybody split up by division, even to the point where you even have sports teams that divide you. Oh, Eagles. Oh, Dallas Cowboys. I'm like, why, Sway? Why it always got to be a division? I understand balance, black and white, yin and yang. It keeps the balance, but damn, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I want to get into this conversation about Floyd. First of all, we're going to talk about Floyd and what happened with Floyd. Um, Mr. George, you know what I'm saying? Basically, what happened to him, yeah, that was tragic. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't wish that on nobody in the world. That was messed up what they did to that man. You get what I'm saying? That's what aside of my what definitely from the bottom of my heart on that note, yes. But it comes to the point now where we see things floating around on the internet. You looking at the story, like I seen it for the first time. For the first time, I seen this video. And it looked very awkward to me. See, because I'm a conspiracy theorist. So what one would call a conspiracy theorist too. Nothing wrong with a conspiracy theorist. A conspiracy theorist is just one who questions things. I'm a questioner. I don't just take what you give me and just suck it up. I have a hard time doing that. So I question things. So I'm looking at the video and I'm like, this don't look right. It was off. Something about the video was off. And now I'm seeing all this stuff with the Freemasonry stuff going around. Talking about his brother's a Freemason and he got this tattoo on his chest, order out of chaos. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird because I remember with the Trayvon Martin case, it was something similar to that too. So these two, see, I don't forget, I remember. A lot of people forget when they see things. They forget once it's out of the trend. I'm not with the trends. I'm not a follower. I don't follow the trends. So I always keep a mental note of what transpired during that event. And it brings it back to life. That's how I keep the dots connected, okay? So anyway, that then come to find out the cop that killed him was a co-worker and something. I'm like, this is too crazy. Then I dig into this is years ago before they started censoring YouTube and taking down the true videos. Because see, y'all just getting this information now. So now when you want to go back and look for information, it ain't out there no more because they done put up censorship and stuff to where you really can't talk about those type of things online no more. Okay? They don't want you to think. They want a mindless society. That's what it is. They want a mindless society that don't think for themselves. Period. Okay? So you going back into the vote to try to find this stuff, you ain't gonna find this stuff. But it was a video that was out, and it was talking about crisis actors and how they be, and it might still be some out there. I don't know. You could check the net and see, but they be out there, be straight crisis actors, and you see them in different crisis situations on the news. And I'm like, wait a minute, she was just in that. Just like how Tupac song, everywhere I go, I see the same hoe. Paying attention to that. Just like his song, where he said, every time I go over here, she in another person video. And how Snoop broke that down at the end. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is with these crisis actors. They all over the place. They be in this video, they be in this video, but they wasn't thinking that the people would catch on. They thought that they could keep doing this until somebody pointed it out one day, caught it. Okay? When you become enlightened, you catch things. When you start thinking on another level, you catch things. The spirit of the Most High, to me, comes through and work through you. The great spirit that connects to you, because we are made in God's image. So therefore, the energy that comes from the universe comes down to you, as above, so below. Okay, so you're gonna get that information. That's where we getting all this stuff from. That's why we going back into the history, bringing it back up. But anyway, he said, I be cracking up because people just they don't think. People don't use critical thinking nowadays, and I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, you don't use critical thinking, do you? But anyway, all these crisis actors were just in different situations. So for all I know, this situation is another mental psyops to that basically hyped up the race, not gonna call them race riots. That's what they wanted them to become. But these riots, okay, all that was played out. But it make you wonder what was going on behind the scenes when that was all playing out, because they had the world distracted. Could it be that the queen is missing from Buckingham Palace and they taking off the seals of Buckingham or something? All the elites went into bunkers in the ground that they built called duns, military duns. All these things that I ever researched, I'm reconnecting the dots. It all makes sense to me now. It all makes sense to me. I'm thinking I wasted my time. No, I shouldn't have been over here studying. Dag, I should have been over here. Man, the Most High had me bouncing to where I needed to go at the time I needed to go. Now I'm here to the point where I know who I am. I am a Moor. I'm an indigenous American Moor. I'm an American Moor. You could trace it all the way back to Negro, which is a fictitious name. It's a misnomer. But Negro is on my mother's birth certificate. My great-great-grandmother is Cherokee, okay? And my grandfather is Blackfoot. And those names is within the tribe. So this is what I'm saying. I know who I am now. I know who I am. I don't have to no longer say that I'm a black person, because I know black is a misnomer, and it also means dead in law. And I also know by studying magic the power of words and how you can put spells on yourself and not even know it by chanting stuff. I know that much now. I'm learning. Okay, and that's why they say knowledge is power. And that's why the Most High say my people perish for lack of knowledge, because it's true. You perish for lack of knowledge. And it's crazy because I be just trying to share information with people. I get chewed out by people. I'm like, well, what did I do? I'm just trying to help you, sis. I'm just trying to help you, bro. Why I gotta be all that? Why you gotta be cussing me out? I'm just trying to look out for you. I'm like the watchtower. I'm looking out for my people. Oh, you just cool. You don't like your people. Yeah, I love my people. I also love my people enough to tell them that you're not black. You're not black, Negro, or colored. You are a Moor. You have a nationality. You are not 3/5 of a person. I have the heart to tell you that. Okay? Did anybody know about a prophet that was here, an actual person that came and that brought us this truth, but the information was suppressed from us for almost over 80 years? Did you know that? Exactly. Because they got your minds wrapped up with their European dramas and bullcrap and lifestyle and indoctrination. So at the end of the day, I'm just trying to educate my folk. But let me get on not only do I feel like that George Floyd situation might not be true, and I have a right to my opinion. I have a right to think the way I want to think. I don't have to think the way y'all think. I don't have to agree with what you agree with. Just because you see it that way, I don't see it that way. And when you tell me you don't see it my way, I understand that. I respect it and I back off, and at least I told you so. I'm not going to not tell you and then be like, Dag, maybe I should have told him. Maybe he could have changed his life, or maybe she could have changed her life. Maybe I should have dropped some knowledge to him. Maybe that, because I have people that do come back and be like, yo, you looked out, you dropped some jewels. I was able to do that, and they're appreciative. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like those that have ears, let them hear. That's how I break it down. You feel what I'm saying? So the riots, these people knew that this was going to start a riot. So you show a man on social media, somebody filmed it, threw it up on social media for 8 minutes with a dude with a knee on his neck for 8 minutes. Now let's run back into the conspiracies. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, they make clones. They make clones. Is it a possibility that this person could be a clone? And that's why they're allowing him to be killed in public, on film, in front of everybody, because it's not a real person. It's a clone. It's an artificial person to freak up your emotions. Think about it. I play all sides. I think all parts of the game. I don't just think one side. I look at the big picture here, because that was just kind of weird to let us just sit there and see him on his neck for 8 minutes. They knew that was going to start an uproar. They knew that was going, the media knew that was going to start an uproar. How do you know that little 17-year-old girl even filmed it? How do you know it wasn't somebody else paid to do that stuff and they just put it up there? They filmed it and then just put it up there. How do you know? Because y'all don't question. You just believe anything that you told. Doctor said we got COVID. We all got COVID. But your ancestors told you could heal yourself. Dr. Sebi or Sebi told you could heal yourself by eating right and changing your diet. But the European man tell you something, oh, you just lose your damn mind. You slave-minded Negro. Because that's what you are. You stuck in your mindset that you want to call everybody else's coons. You're also coons. Sorry to tell you. You're unconscious. You don't understand. And you don't even want to pick up a book and read and understand. You just want to argue in your ignorance and be arrogant and proud about it. That's the nastiest looking. That's, ugh. That is ugly. That is disgusting. That is ugly. That is an ugly, 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 ugly way to be. But anyway, I digress. Let me get back into this story about these riots because they knew that was going to pump it up. And then let's talk about these riots. All these European children going around breaking up stuff. It's not even the young Moorish children. It's not the Negroes, the so-called Negroes, blacks and colors, better known as Moors, unconscious Moors right now because they don't know they Moors, but it wasn't them doing that. And that's what's been happening from the beginning of time. Since they've been over here in our land. Our people always been getting blamed for their shenanigans. Okay? They brought gang life over here, all that mafia and mafia stuff and what they call that, Al Capone and casinos and all that stuff. You know, Goodfellas, gangs in New York. You know what I mean? They brought all that over here. Then they're going to flip it and deflect it on the unconscious Moors who think they Negro, black, and colored. They already gave you the label Negro, black, and colored. Might as well throw thug and all type of other stuff on you because you already accepted that you're that. And that's not what you're not. How you going to claim to be pro-black? How you going to claim to be pro-black? Which means pale, by the way. And you letting the European fund your movement. A crooked European at that. I'm saying, I just keep it real here. I'm sorry. I can't hold my tongue no longer. I just can't. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to, keep it cordial. But when the spirit is talking through me, I don't care. Because people need to wake up. Stop playing these games, please. This is serious. Our children are watching. They watching us. We got big decisions to make here. Huge decisions. All right? Huge decisions. Anyway, I'm just saying, how you gonna be a pro-black person when, like I said, the word black means pale? I showed it on my page many a times. The etamon. The etamon is the root, is the seed of a word, the very basic, where it comes from before, and it has a timeline in the dictionary telling you when the word became popular. Black ain't become black didn't come into circulation until the 1500s. I got proof in books. Black is that was not ancient. It wasn't ancient. Nobody knew what black wasn't ancient. That's why they lying to you. Ancient? What are you talking about? We got to keep it real. It's a problem going on and we need a remedy. Okay? A real remedy. And the only way we're going to get remedy is if we come together as a nation. And the only way we're going to come together as a nation is if we claim nationality. Because a nationality means that you have a nation. Then we'll be able to jump up. You know how they have all them folks in politics? You see all them flags flying around? Where our flag at? And don't say just Africa, because they got, we need something for over here. And it's not the USA banner, it's the Moroccan flag. It's the Moorish flag. Love, peace, freedom, truth, and justice. That's our flag. And it hangs when they go in the Benjamin Franklin room, they basically, when they go in the Benjamin Franklin room, they basically could see that The flags are hanging right there. Our flags is hanging right there alongside of the U.S. banner. That's why it's called the Star Spangled Banner. The flag is for commerce, to do commerce on the land of America, on the landmass of America. And see, people don't understand that. They don't read, they don't research. They think that America and US is all in the same. I used to think that way too. I used to think that way too. I didn't know the difference until I actually looked at the issue and really seen what was really going on. I'm like, oh snap. We've been looking at this all wrong the whole time. We can't this is why we're having this issue. Oh, why we get killed in the streets and nothing happens. Because believe me, when our people got shot down in the street before I came across this knowledge, I'd be crying out. And I'd be like, that ain't right. And I want to know the truth. And eventually, you want to seek the truth will come and find you. Seek and ye shall find. And I was seeking because I was tired of seeing my people suffering. I'm still tired of seeing my people suffering, but if they ain't gonna hear me out on what I gotta say, it ain't nothing I can do about it. Only thing I can do is make these podcasts, keep posting on my sites, and hopefully it'll be there for when the people do need it, for when the youth do need it. Okay? It's just real. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to be known. I'm incognito for the most part. I'm in the background. Get it? I ain't tripping on all that light. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I just want to help people wake up so they can be happy too. So they can kiss freedom too. Get to freedom. Stop being brutalized by these foreign policy enforcers. Beating your ass. They work for the corporation, and because you are a 14th Amendment citizen, black, Negro, colored in their system, the whites too, a U.S. citizen, a 14th Amendment citizen, everybody that's a 14th Amendment citizen, you are subjected because you have no nationality and you are playing the color of law game. Period. It's terrible, but it's facts. I'm sorry to tell you, but it is what it is. It's real. I was in shock too when I found out the truth. But you know what? It's like you bite it, and it's like in the scriptures, it's sweet in your mouth, and when it gets to your belly, it's bitter. Okay? It's the bitter truth, but it's the truth. And we all got a mission to do. We all got to work together. It ain't gonna be no one leader to save us this time. It ain't gonna be no one leader to save us this time. It's not gonna be one leader to save us this time. We gonna be saved as a collective because we all gonna come together as a republic. We, the people, gonna stand up in unity, love, peace, freedom, truth, and justice. That's what we're going to do. Okay? That's what we're going to do. This is going to happen. It might look chaotic, everything might look hopeless now, but eventually we will rise. We will. I know we will. And a lot of people will be like, well, why you feel cocky like that? Well, it's just I feel it in my spirit. Like my ancestors coming back telling me we gonna be all right. Period. But anyway, the riots. Let's talk about the riots. Did you know that the riots is being funded by the same person that's funding the so-called terrorist group, basically that they're targeting, that Trump and everybody else is targeting? Pretty much. George Soros, and uh basically he runs both of those organizations. He runs Black Lives Matter, he funds it, and he funds Antifa. So how could you fund two of the same movements? And you know how people are for the love of money. They will sell everybody out just to have some bread in their pocket. Sell out people. Our people. Europeans. Asians, Mexicans, don't matter what your color, you got good and evil. And that's what I've been saying. I'm hearing people doing Facebook videos talking about it, and they are correct. But I've been saying that at the end of the day, it's about good and it's about evil. Your color don't matter none. Okay? I'm sick of the wickedness going on this planet. I don't want to be caught up in this mess. You know what I'm saying? This is mess because everybody could go sit their asses at home Go nationalize, especially the unconscious Moors. Go get your nationality right, and then you could legally evict these criminals that are doing you dirty in your land out of your land. But y'all don't want to look at the smart way of doing it. Y'all want to be, oh no, we want to fight, see bloodshed, and that's not how you gonna win. Regardless how you feel about it, you ain't gonna win in bloodshed. At the end of the day, it's just gonna be more dead bodies, and you have to come back to this bitch and repeat it all over again. Or you'll be stuck in that time, repeating it all over again until you die or until you push past that point. I'm just saying, you could dream a little. But anyway, I'm not happy to see all them European children out there and they blaming our children. And people are getting hurt. There was one brother, a 77-year-old ex-cop, who got shot in his head. Yeah, you know, people shouldn't. I know a lot of people is like he a cop. But that don't matter because all cops are not bad. Okay, just like I said, it ain't about that. It's about good and it's about evil. And it's unfortunate, but you got good people in the world and you got some evil bastards running the planet and doing hurtful and mean things to people. It's a balance, but it's messed up, but it is what it is. We have to take this into consideration. But I'm really, really tired of the drama and how our people are acting innocent. Yeah, we mad. I'm pissed off that the dude killed the brother too. If the story even real, I'm pissed off. But guess what? I'm gonna fight smarter. I'm gonna fight back with the pen, just like they put us into slavery by the pen with the stroke of a pen, turned us into slaves under Negro, black, and colored labels. They put us into slavery again. I'm going stroke of a pen and get my behind out of slavery with the stroke of a pen and be free and sovereign and white, which means purity. Okay, God of the land. That's what white mean. It does not mean Caucasian or European race. Europeans took that word and applied it. And they know that Negroes don't read, or so-called black people don't read. They don't read. They know they can hide it in the book and you never read it because y'all don't like to read, and it's the truth. But y'all sit up there and bump your gums all day and won't use critical thinking. And I'd be like, oh my God, I'm glad I use critical thinking. All praises to the most, because I don't know if I would have made it not being able to critically think for myself. So at the end of the day, I just want to see peace. I want to see these riots stop. I want to see the people actually get some sense, because they sending military troops on the ground. They training with the UN. It's about to get serious if people don't change their mindset and come on this love, peace, freedom, truth, and justice. Like, seriously, y'all better get love in your heart, but everybody got hate. Everybody got revenge. They want to see blood. And it ain't about being scary. It's about being wise. It's about straight being wise, because you could be wise and get them out of your land for good, instead of you dying off and they still here terrorizing your children 40, 50, 60 daggone years down the line, and you can't defend them. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about my youth. It ain't about me, because 20, 40, 50 years from now, I'm going to be dead, more than likely, unless they got a thing that make me live forever. But I ain't trying to live in Google. I'm just saying, we got to think about the youth, because the youth is the one that's going to suffer. I'm thinking about my future. I want my future to be free and happy. I don't want them to be trapped in this madness, in this place, in this hell. I want them to be free on their land. At least they get to make it to the mountaintop. Martin Luther King said it best. Hey, I seen the mountaintop. I might not be able to get there with you. Just like who was that? Moses. You get what I'm saying? Same thing. We just going through the stories over and over again, but it's the same thing. Different names slapped on the same martyrs. Okay? Different names slapped on the same people coming through history over and over again. It's a reincarnation over and over again. Okay, that's what I see. That's how I'm looking at this. So, to all those people out there, really think, what are you fighting for? What you need to focus on, especially my people, Negro, black, coloreds, you need to focus on claiming your nationality, because in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, I think it will be Article 15, you have the right to a nationality and no one can deprive you of it. because you were born and you were never told, and your mother was never told, you got put into a 14th Amendment slave status by birth. You was born into a slave status. Soon as you was born and the doctor hit you on the behind, you belched out your first cry. Your name was already going on paperwork to go be processed as the artificial 14th Amendment corporation. Okay? Meanwhile, your ancestors left you this ancestral ground. It was your inheritance. So they basically got wardship. The corporation got wardship over you because you're considered a minor. You're not able to handle your own affairs. That's why they got policing you, because you're not able to handle your own affairs. You are a minority, okay? According to the law books. That's what I'm saying. Our people need to learn law and know law. We need to do this, okay? Stop fighting over all this shit. We all the same people. All throughout history, the Israelites, the Kemetics, the Moors, everybody, the Berbers, the Arabs, everybody is related. The Latinos, everybody is related. The only person that is not part of the Moor family is the European. It's two nations, Jacob and Esau, European and Moor. Same thing. You get what I'm saying? It's parallel. It's parallel. We're living in today's time. It's European and Moor. Back then, it was Israelite and Rome. Think about it. Really think about it. People say history is not important. That's a damn lie. Don't let nobody tell you history not important. Don't let anybody ever tell you history is not important, because it is important. Because if it wasn't important, the Europeans wouldn't have hid the fact that we were the Moors. Just like the Israelites in Psalms 83:4 was a nation that was hidden. Just like now, the Moors is a nation that was hidden, that the European Roman Catholic Church wanted to destroy and wipe out of existence, out of memory, wanted to dead us as a people. But the Most High brought Prophet Noble Jew Ali basically up. When he was born, a solar eclipse took place. It was a special birth, and he never bragged about it or talked about it because he didn't want people worshiping him like he was the Messiah. But he was a child at 16 to go over to what? Egypt, and go Kupta. That's the original name for Egypt, basically. And basically, he was able to go in there and come out, go through the ceremonies and come out unscathed, basically. And he earned his label. So how he bring him from a born to slave parents, which they were Cherokee Indians, but born to slave parents pretty much, or father was slave for the most part, to becoming the grand sheik. How do you do that? Only the Most High could bring up a nation that is despised. Do you see the connection? Do you see the connection? Only the Most High could bring up a nation that is despised. And we were a nation that was despised. Still a nation that is despised, but we are being rose up. But you got to understand, we are not black, Negro, and color. Look up, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. Get you an Etimam book and look up the word black. Black is an adjective, a color to describe a noun. Look up black a Moor. You notice black is in front because it's the color. Black a Moor. Moor is who we are. Noun is a person, place, or thing. Black is an adjective, something that describes something. Okay, you got to take it back because they miseducated the hell out of us in school. That's why I dropped out at 15. I dropped out in the 9th grade. I was like, this is some bull crap. They ain't teaching me nothing. They ain't teaching me nothing here. All I'm hearing about is how great the European is, how great they are. They ain't teaching me nothing. So I dropped out, what, at 15? 9th grade? Went back and got my GED so I could attend college for medical billing and coding. But I'm just saying, to work a job, at the time to work. But I dropped out of school because I felt in my soul it was bullshit. I didn't think they was working hard enough for me. It seemed like they was just there for a check. I could smell it. I could sense it. I could tell by the way they didn't take time with me and help me with my issues and how they just rushed me through it. I didn't understand it. Hold on, let me grasp it. I'm a visual learner. I'm a hands-on learner. I can't just listen to you read and understand what you're talking about. It's hard for me. I need to see something. Give me a visual. Nope. And that's why a lot of our kids fell in their system, because we got different learning styles from their children. We have different learning styles. So at the end of the day, these riots and all this stuff about Floyd and all this mayhem going on, and military is out here shooting at the citizens, I'm just letting you know, we are in a new day and a new time. We are in the age of Aquarius. Right now, what's going on is the Saturn and Pluto junction, okay? And it talks about how all types of stuff is happening. A change of powers is happening right now. And Prophet Noble Jew Ali was born in January 8th, 1886. So I don't understand why they didn't talk about the Prophet Noble Jew Ali in school, but it's good. We know him now, and I'm gonna put him out. I'm gonna put all this information out there so more people can find out about it. I know when he was murdered or assassinated that some crooked Europeans and some dirty Moors got together and basically overthrew the republic that was set up by our ancestors. So this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of rich history that you need to be researching out there. And all this rioting and fighting ain't going to do it. That's not going to get you no justice, no peace. You're not getting reparations because the U.S. corporation is broke. They're living off of our estate. By our names being in all caps, they get paid off of us. They getting a fat check. And it's like life insurance money. You are better off. You're more valuable when you dead than when you alive. It's like that. That's what it's like. It's like life insurance policy. The U.S. corporation is broke, and they are cashing in on their life insurance policies. That's what look like going on there. But at the end of the day, we all going to have to work together, because we all got to take an accountability. Europeans, if they don't want to abide by the law and do righteous things, if they want to keep vandalizing our things, they need to go home to Europe. They need to go back home to Europe, where they're from, and destroy their home, and not the home of the indigenous. Do you know that in the indigenous indigenous rights, or the Declaration of Indigenous Rights, do you know that it's a crime to destroy the indigenous people's artifacts and basically their homes? This is our ancestral land. They are basically violating. They're breaking the law. They're destroying our stuff and putting bricks in the middle of the place because they know their time is up. They got to get ready and go. That's what all that time's up, time's up, time's up, time's up. Yeah, your time is up. The Moors is waking up. Y'all got to step down so that we can take over the government. In the Bible, it talks about a righteous government taking over. That would be the Moors. Okay? That would be the Moors. And people looking for actually thinking that it's a real thing, like literally. I'm like, no, it's taking place right before your eyes. This stuff is happening in real time. You know what I'm saying? It's happening in real time. This is happening in real time. So I'm gonna get ready and get off this podcast, because, like I said, I don't want to be on here too long. This is one of the longest podcasts I think I've ever done. But at the end of the day, I am really tired of what's going on in this world, and really, I wish everybody would just live in love, peace, freedom, truth, and justice. I just want to see all the Moors nationalized and become a nation again, because we need that. We've been through too much. We've been through too much suffering. I'm tired of seeing my people suffer. And, people be like, oh, no, I'm not against my people. I love my people so much. You know what I'm saying? It's to a point where I'm out here doing this stuff. I don't have to be. I love them so much. And I just, want to make a change for them. And I don't have to get up and do certain things to make a change. I can make a change right here, quarantined in my home, just by putting information out there so that you could go and research and grab your books and order your books and really start studying for when this time get ready to change, because it's going to be a shift. And once the shift happens, we will be in rulership. This is what's coming. We're getting something big is happening. That's why everybody is on our side all over the world right now. They're holding up signs, but they know we're not black. We got to get that part fixed, because we're not. We're Moors. More life matters. More life matters. More life matters. More. I want more life to matter. More life to matter. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what we need. Love. We need love in this piece. Because everybody full of hatred and full of in their emotions. And I understand. I'm frustrated too, but you got to understand who the enemy. The crooked ones. It ain't the good ones. It's not the good Europeans and the good Moors. It's the crooked Europeans and the crooked Moors. That's who the problem is. And when we weed them out, everything will be peace at last. We're going to kick the demon on out because the devil come in any color. It don't matter what your color. Okay? And we're going to be happy and we're going to celebrate in unity. Like I said, in love, peace, freedom, truth, and justice. This is what I see in my mind. This is what I see in my eyes. And I know it's on its way. But stay tuned. I'm going to start doing more podcasts more frequently because I got so much knowledge to drop. I'm just going to drop it all on these podcasts. And hey, anytime you want to listen to some knowledge or find out some things, you could pop on one of these podcasts and find out something new. And then go do your due diligence and research. Don't just believe my word. You got to see it for yourself. And if you just lazy, you just want to be lazy. You don't want to go research it. And I respect that too. But it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to pick a side. So really, whose side you on? Are you a European or are you a Moor? The choice is yours. Peace.
Thanks for tuning into the show. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And let me explain. Anchor is a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And the best part about it, it's absolutely free. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
Times are changing, things are